A young Karol Wojtyła studied the Polish language, literature, theatre, and poetry at the university in Krakow. He also performed in local theatrical productions, co-founding the Rhapsodic Theatre of Krakow. At one time, his picture made the posters of a theatre production. But it was during this time that his life changed, as he met his spiritual mentor, Jan Taranowski. This meeting profoundly changed the course of his life, leading him to the priesthood and later to the Bishop of Rome. He is well known to us as Pope John Paul II, whose first words to the people as he began his pontificate were, "Open wide the doors to Christ and be not afraid of him." Dear friends, welcome to You Too Can Be a Saint, an interaction with a saint to give us a meaningful insight into the lives of those who are persons like us, but are remembered for extraordinary acts of holiness and courage. We have with us today His Holiness Pope John Paul II. Welcome, Your Holiness. Thank you for joining us today. You are truly an inspiration to the people of our times. Your way of speaking, your immersion in prayer, and your spontaneous cheerfulness is much remembered. Many of your words have become engraved in our memories. Through you, the Church received a gift that brought about a newness of life in Christ. Your Holiness, we are happy to have you with us today. To begin with, can you share with us something about the beginning of your life journey, your early days growing up?
I am glad I could be here today to share with you a little about my life's experiences. I was very young when I lost my mother and my siblings, but my father played a very important role because he directed me towards becoming a true worshipper of God. He was a deeply religious man, and his example was in a way my first seminary. I loved to swim and ski, and I loved soccer too. I played goalkeeper for my local soccer team. I liked doing things that made me happy. I also loved theatre, and I performed in local theatrical productions, co-founding the Rhapsodic Theatre of Krakow. But then everything changed with the Nazis invading my beloved country, Poland.
That's really interesting to know. You share most of the interests that the young people of today have. But of course, that was cut short because of the Nazi persecutions. Can you tell us a little more about these trying times and how they had a very deep impact on your life?
Yes, they were indeed very trying times. I was forced to work in a stone quarry, as well do night shifts at a chemical plant to earn a living. During this time, I started writing nationalistic plays and joined a group that aimed to sustain Polish culture through readings of poetry and drama. Through Jan Taranowski, a tailor who conducted youth programs for the local church, I was introduced to the teachings of Saint John of the Cross. Once, I miraculously survived being hit by a German truck, but this was the time that I felt my calling to be a priest and my vocation began growing.
That is a beautiful sharing of how God intervened in your life and directed it to the path that He had chosen for you. Can you share with us a little about your journey to priesthood?
Yes, by the autumn of 1942, I decided to enter priesthood. Even to this day, I recall witnessing Nazi horrors, including the murder of many priests. This showed me the real meaning of being a priest. I had enrolled in an underground seminary in Krakow. After the war, I continued my studies in theology until my priestly ordination in Krakow on 1st November 1946.
That is a wonderful journey full of experiences. What would be your message for the people of today?
The whole of the Christian life is like a great pilgrimage to the house of the Father, whose unconditional love for every person, and in particular for the prodigal son in us, that we discover anew each day. This should encourage each one of us to undertake a journey of conversion. The only answer to the fear which darkens human existence is the common effort of every person to build the civilization of love. With the help of God's grace, we begin to build a civilization worthy of the human person.
Your Holiness, you are truly an inspiration for the people of today to strive to build a community of love, respect, and compassion for one another, to be messengers of the gospel through their lives. Thank you very much for your time with us and for the beautiful insights that will definitely inspire many of us. St. John Paul II went out to the entire world with a vigorous missionary spirit. He embarked on 104 apostolic journeys to 129 different countries for the sake of the gospel. His love for young people led him to establish the World Youth Day, which attracted millions of young people from all over the world and was celebrated 19 times during his pontificate. The Pope's concern for marriage and the family was clearly expressed in the establishment of the World Meeting of Families, the Catechesis on Human Love, and the founding of the Pontifical John Paul II Institute for Studies on Marriage and Family.